if you was here last week, you probably saw this poll and we've got some votes. I think we should close this poll today because I'm thinking we could get another poll up. I've got an idea for another poll today. And this one's got a lot of votes, but I want to still give you guys the chance to vote if you haven't yet voted. So still feel free to put in a vote there. I'm going to keep it open a bit longer before we delete it. But yeah, we do seem to have one that was pretty popular here. So look, unless we get a load of votes voting for the opposite ones, then that one might win. Been a hermit mode long before this crap. Exactly, same, Eric. Same. Work from home, so I don't get to go out a lot. Good thing right now. My goodness, the last time I went out was like New Year's Eve. New Year's Day or so. It's like ridiculous. The whole of 2020 I've been stuck in. I think the only time I've like gone out is went for like appointments or something like that. But I see my sister once and that was it. New poll, exciting, yay. Yes, I will reveal what that poll might be soon. I like the polls and I think chat like polls too. Yeah, leave the house to get food, yes. Luckily I don't have to do the grocery shopping in this house, so I'm good there. I've heard, yeah. I'm pretty much going to the grocery store as the extent of my outings usually. You guys are the same as me. I mean, some of you here are probably outdoor people, though I bet you're not all hermits. Can't be possible. Okay. Oh yes, we have a new question of the week. I nearly forgot to say. We've started a question of the week thing on streams now, just to help keep chat and stuff fun and nerdy during these times, and just so we can geek out together and encourage that discussion. So this week it's a pretty generic general one. It's simply asking, what do you love about RPGs? So I'm interested to know what you guys love about RPGs. Tetsu Raya, thank you so much for that sub. 27 months, my goodness me. That is like 2 whole years plus a whole 3 months. My goodness, if you are a hermit, I am a... How are you, Tetsu? What's that? I'm a noob. However, I need to get a new drum. Mine failed at this last weekend, so oh no. It sucks when things break. But I appreciate you, Tetsu. That is a crazy amount of support. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's have some hype in chat as well for Tetsu for that sub. Hi Kia, how you doing? I've been waiting to ask you something. Can you help me find a cool airship replacement for the MV Zeppelin? Airship replacement? I don't even believe I've looked at the airships myself. But I think simply what I usually do, Kia, is just put in Google Images airship RPG Maker MV and see what comes up, see what would come up there. And I found finding assets whenever I'm looking for something. Usually Google Images, my friend. Although there's Pinterest, but I don't like Pinterest. There's also DeviantArt as well, and the RPG Maker forums in general. This is a crap time to have to buy anything. I need to buy new gear to help fix my wrist pain problems. No, well, good luck, Eric. I know you can do it. We have faith in you. And we have the shelter channel in our Discord as well, guys, just as a reminder for what the shelter channel is. It's a place to vent about real life problems as well. So it's always good to see some people let it out. Sometimes that has to happen. And you've tried. Oh no. Well, does that mean that? Yeah. It sucks sometimes because there isn't always a good asset for what you're trying to find, and that's when I've had no choice but to make one myself, I guess. But sometimes if you just look and look, you never know. But yeah, it's one of those things. I've spent hours looking for stuff, for assets and that, not gonna lie. Probably going to have someone come and install a new dryer and washer. They above 18 years old, so it is getting to that time. Well, good luck, guys. I I need new headphones. That's something of mine that's broken. So I'm not... Well, I never like wearing them on stream anyway. Prefer wearing my earphones, if anything. So, pulls back cloak, revealing 2 battle axes on his belt. My goodness. As long as you don't use that axe on me, I'm all fine. Okay, so there we go. Feel free to vote before this poll closes today, and feel free to answer the question of the week as well. The reason I love RPGs, in case you're curious of what my answer is to that question, is I just like to feel like I'm in another world that isn't planet Earth most of the time. I find other worlds and really fascinating, and I play games to be immersed and to explore and to enjoy stories and the people that live there. And I feel like RPGs are the genre that do that best. I don't play games for competitive reasons or anything like that. I suck at competitive things, so I just like, most of all for those reasons, big old nerd reasons. I can only work on art for like 10 minutes before I can feel my wrist starting to hurt bad. Can you? Yeah, I think you can buy. I mean, I'm no expert. So don't listen to it. But I hope you find something to help ease that, Eric. Yeah, I hope not either. That would suck. I can relate to that feeling of enjoying RPGs to escape normality. Yeah, that just sums it up for me. But I'm very curious if anybody has any other reasons for why they love RPGs, because that to me is the obvious one, and the one that probably a lot of us like RPGs for. I love the escape, and when I work all day, I don't want to go out and find a group to play with. It's easier to grab a soda, sit back in a comfortable chair and dive in. Indeed. It just, RPGs and fantasy worlds and that, they just do that the best. And I think that is ultimately as well why I try and keep the streams away from the topic of anything that's happening in the world right now, just because the world's a scary place, especially right now. So I have it as a rule in the stream, and I kind of made that a big thing last week, because we play these games for an escape, and my stream's similar in a way too. It's an escape as well for everybody in chat, so we can just nerd out together. And I want to keep to that promise. I want to always stick to it. I'm going to get a larger tablet, which will reduce the amount of wrist-based movements on my drawing hand, and a different shortcut key controller to relax my left hand while using keyboard shortcuts. Well, that you sound like you've got it sorted, Eric, which is always a good thing. And I hope you start to feel better. Larger tablet, high poo. I've always wanted to get a tablet, but I don't know if I'd use it. I don't want to buy it and then end up never using it. But it's always been appealing. Maybe, especially if you want to like get into art and drawing. Okay. So folks, we got the pearl. If you want to watch the lore video, because might help you make your mind up with the vote, feel free to. We'll close that very shortly, that poll. Probably just before we get the next poll up today, because I'm all going good. We might get that next poll up. I want to show you guys the farm that we've been doing. So here it is. It might look a bit different to Thursday. Probably a little bit more detailed. I was working on the road. Where's our wagon? So the wagon, as it travels along, that's why you've got the stones have worn down a bit, and it's kind of giving the impression that there's been a lot of travel on this road from the track lines. And our wagon is here. So we got the lights as well. I put some stones and little tiny plants on the road. And what else? Yeah, little pig hooves. That's right, we got some piggy hooves. Other than that, what else did I do? I just popped some extra things around, like this wheelbarrow, a spade. There was also a weird visual glitch with the with this wheat here. I think it's wheat anyway. I didn't like how it was like a weird wedge or something sticking out here, so I kind of tried to soften that, and I did that there. Oh yeah, I put some water with the pigs as well. So there's a reason that it looks all messy here and not up here, and that's because we've been talking about having pig factions in the game, and some of them are super snobby pigs, and the others are like pigs that just get messy and don't care, and that would be where they hang out. But you know, we won't get a chance to flesh those characters out just yet, because we're still gonna work on the Everbloom Forest and get all that area done before we move here. But the reason we made this area was simply because of a flashback cutscene, and it's gonna look super pretty now because we've got that. We also have our other farm scene as well. So this one's more about, you know, fruits and vegetables here, and we've got 2 little scarecrows. We've had scarecrows everywhere, but we've kept the other ones yellow, and these ones are going to be special sentient scarecrows, most likely. That's why they're a different colour, so they stand out to the others. They're more special. An iPad Pro. Ooh. Use it often to draw. Oh, that sounds fun. I want to see your drawings now, Ivan. Look for reverbs. Yeah. Too expensive. Yeah, I have a Wacom. Is it Wacom? Wacom? I can never pronounce it, but I have a really old one of those that I haven't used in years because it's super basic now. Beautiful colours, thank you, Kung. Appreciate that. And I added a couple of benches here too, just to give it a bit of, you know, a bit extra detail in the environment. A sign is here. I kind of thought it'd be pretty cool. So when we think of the name of this place, that I do a kind of like put it on this sign, whatever the name of the farm or area is going to be, and because this is kind of good, the entrance. This will be the entrance to the farm. I did some little fruit baskets. I put some grapes on the sides on these fences, because there was an asset that did that. They had grapes on fences, and I thought actually that looks quite nice, so I thought I'll put them on our fences. And yeah, I think I've like covered the extra stuff that we've had. I made all the wood that reddy brown for consistency. But yes, I feel like we're at a stage now. There's a little bit of tidying up to do. If you look super closely, for example, I'm going to zoom in, where some of the fences need to be, they've got gap, which is something I couldn't actually fix with RPG Maker tile sets. It kept making that gap no matter what I did. It's not there on every single fence, but on some of them the gap's there, so all I need to do is fill those pixels in so it just doesn't look like it's randomly being chopped off. So just a few little tiny visual glitches there, and I think like we're at a stage where it's looking cool, and it matches well with the Everbloom Forest. It's just a different colour palette. And it's not a cliffy area or a forest like the Everbloom Forest. It's flat land. And it's definitely got more of an autumn theme, whereas Everbloom Forest is summer. Wait, are we playing Stardew Valley now? I know, right? It's very Stardew Valley themed, the farm, isn't it? Definitely got a... But there won't be like any farming mechanics. Like, you know, this is purely just a farm area of the game, a farming region. Rose's backstory is very much, she used to be a farmer herself before she was turned into a vampire, so that could like link in with her character's backstory at some point, I'd say, being in this area. You seem to be in good health, and I'm glad you seem to be healthy, doing well. Yeah, I'm just a hermit, so is it healthy being a hermit though? Because sometimes that could have maybe affect your health badly, but I feel like I am. I think the only thing I need to be better at is exercising more, in all honesty. But other than that, I'd say I'm quite healthy. Never had issues with them. Oh, what brands are those? Let me look back. You need to research and look at reviews. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to see what your friends like. I always would probably listen to friends. Because I'd get worried about buying something super expensive like that without researching either. And oh yeah, I forgot to say as well, we've got the pig hooves on footprints on this map, and on this map we have human footprints. So yay. Right, so what else? Other than the visual little glitches to fix, which are really tiny and easy and probably won't take long, I've got to just check all the vertical fences and make sure the gaps filled in. That's a quick job. So other than that, it's just our wagon. We've done the actual exterior now of the farm, and it's just the wagon, and this is why I'm saying it'll probably be our last mapping stream now, because I don't think the wagon's going to take long at all. It's very small. All we need is wood, a better wood flooring, put some little extra detail in and make it look better than it does currently. And I probably won't finish the wagon on stream today, but I'm going to be doing it off stream, whatever I don't finish tonight, and we can move on to other stuff tomorrow. And as for the poll, I'll talk about that in a sec, because I thought it'd be quite a cool poll. It's an easy poll this time. Also, once we fix these visual glitches, it's easy. All we have to do is save the image as a PNG and pop it into our PG Maker as a parallax image. Now, it can get a bit... If we were to be here as player characters, we'd have to make another layer, an overlay with all the trees on, and then pop it on top this overlay to give the illusion that the player's walking behind the trees, and that can be a little bit time consuming to do, but we don't have many trees on this map, so it probably won't be as time consuming as the forest was. But I'm not going to do that right now, because we're only here for a cutscene anyway. We're not here to walk around the map as players, so we don't have to do any more than just make it a flat image at this stage. Obviously it'd be a different story if we were walking here. We'd have to do the tree overlay, because otherwise our player would just be walking all over the trees and everywhere, all over the place. But yeah, luckily it won't be too time consuming to put this map into RPG Maker, because it's not an area that we're currently going to be walking in yet. But when we get here, when we arrive here in later in episode 1, or at the start of episode 2, or whenever it's going to be that we come here, we'll have to do all that then. I like staying in and socialise online, so it's not like I'm alone. Yeah, this stream here, this is my social outlet for sure. This is the time I socialise, and I'm very grateful for it, because if it wasn't for this, I probably wouldn't talk to anybody apart from my family and my boyfriend, and that'd be it. And then, yeah, we'll put the maps in RPG Maker first once we've done the visual little issues, and then we'll start the wagon. And then we can do a test play and see how it all looks. So the poll I wanted to put up was actually the colour of the wagon, folks, because at the moment it's white, and it's always been white, which I like, and that will be a poll choice to just keep it white if people think actually it is better white. But I want to at least give you guys a choice. I want to see what colour people would like, but rather than just list colours, I don't know. I could just list colours, but I could also change the colours of the cart so you can actually see the colours and then put the poll up. Because it won't be hard at all to change colours. For example, all I'll have to do... I like using selective colour now. I thought it'd be a bit tricky to add colour to white, but it can definitely be done. For example, that changes the light, so Let me just remember those colour codes. You guys can't see the colour codes because the pop-up doesn't show on my window capture, but this should do it. So it's as simple as that, and obviously we don't want to change the colour of the horses, or probably not the wood either, but if we just highlight the bit we want, then it's straightforward, a straightforward colour change. And that's just like a golden yellow. But I'm totally up for some colour suggestions in chat, but to be honest, I kind of want to stick to the colour schemes of what we have here, rather than like say, yeah, let's go for bright purple. It probably wouldn't really fit the whole colour palette. So something like yellows, like these tree colours, like bring in the autumny tones, or just a beige, to be honest, or a white like this. We can have definitely keep white as an option. So beige, brown, white, yellow, orange. I think they're kind of the key colours that stick out to me for what the colour of the cart could be. I'm gonna look at some reference images of carts to see if there's any other colours that could actually work as well before we do that. During events, I love when I can use a movement jump with a character. Always makes the scene more exciting. Movement jump with a character during. Oh right, is there a game that does that? Because I'm trying to think now off the top of my head. In this particular cutscene, the player isn't even in the scene. This is like a flashback of another character, Carol Barrel. So there won't be any movement at all in this particular scene, which definitely makes the mapping side of things easier. We don't have to be as fussy about doing the tree overlays and making sure that we can't walk into fences. But of course we will have to do that when we come here. We can hang out in our PJs, yay! Usually when I finish stream I just put my onesie on, it's super comfortable. My friends come to me when looking for advice due to my YouTube stuff. Oh, you have a YouTube, Eric, of tech stuff? That's cool. If you're ever bored enough, I'll deploy what I have so far of my own game and you can give it a playthrough. We'll pop in the creative chat. I mean, might have done it already because a lot of people have put their stuff in there. But if you haven't already, pop your game in our Discord's creative work channel. You never know. I mean, I told Elite that I was going to play his game as well. I never got round to it because it can be quite difficult to find the time. I barely even play other games in general, but I like to, you never know, if I do get some time spare, I can have a peep. It's always good inspiration as well. Maybe I'll still get round to playing Elites one day. And anybody else's too. But yes, okay. So I'm going to just have a little look at some car pictures, or wagon. It's wagon. It's really a wagon, isn't it? Because at first I was just going to keep it white, but, it's nice to just think, let you guys have a vote on what the colour should be, just for an excuse to have more polls. Okay, so I've got wagons here, but they're all wooden ones. I want to see some material wagon pictures. Beige seems to be a common one, but white does as well. And more of a coffee brown seems like a colour wagons can be as well. So I'm thinking 4 choices for you guys to vote on: white, beige, coffee brown, and more of a mustard yellow. Or we'll see. Maybe not as dark as mustard yellow though. We'll see what looks good. Because any other colours might be a bit jarring to the eye. In this nice little humble autumn colour scheme farm. I nearly crossed off OBS then by accident. Oops. My arrow was just hovering over the cross. I find creating my own games a lot more fun than playing games at this point in my life. Yeah, I was talking about this last week and I was saying, guys, I find that I prefer doing this to playing games. And I do try and put aside time for games when I can, because if we didn't play games, we'd have no inspiration. But the time just feels so limited nowadays for playing games. I started Raindrop Chronicles over the weekend actually. I put a tweet up. I've only played 4 hours of it that in the whole weekend, and normally back in the day when I was less busy I probably could have done about 20-30 hours in a whole weekend of that game, but no, it's not like that now. I found a stream. Hello, hi Sherko, welcome, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Monday. And yes, I actually did change our title just a touch. I've changed it to making an RPG with Twitch chat, so it's a little bit more short than how it was before. It was making an RPG game with my Twitch community before, but I like how this one is because it fits perfectly. Like if people are browsing the directory or their followers list that see all that title, it wouldn't be cut off. So I kind of like that, because then people will know straight away what this stream is. So we'll keep it like that, I think. But we do have a command as well that expands on what we do. So if anyone is new here, anyone's popped in today, feel free to have a peep at our website. I'm doing good. I spent years studying game design and this is the first stream I've joined about making games. Oh cool, that's awesome. The science and technology category on Twitch seems to be really cool, to be honest. There's actually more game devs than I thought, but what we do here is pretty unique because it's a game I'm making with input from Twitch chat, and it's very, very story driven and very nerdy here. We're all RPG nerds. Okay folks, so first of all I want to get this poll up, I think, because we've got a poll here in our Discord. Just a final reminder guys that you can vote on this particular poll here before it closes in a bit. We do all our polls in Discord, but before we delete that poll and put in the new one, I've actually got to make the poll. I've got to make the images for the poll, because we're gonna change the color of this cart. I'm gonna let you guys pick your favorite color. So I like to put an image there of the colors, then rather just list the colors, because you know it'll look good, and it's whatever looks good against our farm as well, our color palette as well. So this cart is like very big compared to what the original asset was of this cart. It was a quarter of the size originally, and I made it a big boy because there was no way it was believable that all our characters could have been in the cart otherwise. Depends on the time too. I found sometimes the day have a lot more game devs on than others. Oh really? So what at this time, is it less game devs or more? Because I always find I stream at a time that's not there's not always that many people on when I stream compared to later in the day. Like there's always a ton of people online later. And it's probably because the Americans across the pond are waking up as well. I found you on Twitch's front page for recommended for you. Oh, that's cool. I really like that works as well, because that's nice that people can find you that way as well, and not just through the particular category. So it's good to meet you. Thanks for stopping in though. That's awesome of you to click me. Okay, so we're gonna keep white. So I'll just hide the white one for now, and we're gonna just make some other wagon colours. and then we'll get the polyp. We'll probably keep the polyp for maybe just a day, this one, because I would like to get the map done and not have to wait ages to change the colours of the wagon. It's not really for this wagon, it's more the inside of the wagon. We'll also see the material of the wagon in there as well, so that colour will have to be changed as well once we know the poll winner. So for that reason, I don't want to wait forever, because it'll be really cool to get this map done, because we've got some other exciting stuff to work on for the rest of the week, that's for sure. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I've selected every single material bit of this card. There we go. We've accidentally grabbed the horse mane. What I'm going to do is actually copy that. We'll delete the horse mane. We don't want that. We don't want their mane to be dyed. And this should be enough probably to get the colour. So the first one, and it doesn't take too long to get colours, so this poll should hopefully be up in the next 10-15 minutes maybe. And then I definitely want to spend at least half of the stream working on the inside of the wagon, so if we can get the poll up soon and get the little visual glitches on this map tidied up, then we'll get enough time to do the inside of the wagon today. What are the poll options? We always do a lot of polls on this stream, because it's all about Twitch chat and getting to have a say about how the game's gonna go. If you want to see all the polls we've ever done, then they're on the website. On the desktop version, you'll be able to see all the polls. But this particular poll is I'm gonna just be asking you guys what wagon colour we should go for, and I'm gonna give you the choice of 4 different wagon colours, because we've only got white at the moment, which is, I actually like the white one, but you never know, some of the other colours might look super good, so we'll see. And we do have a poll that's still sitting there that's going to be deleted soon. It's been up for a whole week, that poll has, so you guys are welcome to get your last minute votes in on the other poll. But the other poll that we've got up at the moment, it's a little bit more, you might need to have a bit of knowledge about the lore of our game to get a full understanding of it, because there's a little bit of a backstory to that question. But I'm doing lore videos on YouTube, but I try and keep them short and sweet. There's only one so far, but over time there'll be more. Right, so I said I would like a sort of, I'd like a beige one. So have a mess about. That's, ooh. Yeah, we probably want some yellow. Okay, so that's part of it changed, but we've also got to change the darker colours as well. So oh, actually that's a bit bright. It could work as the yellow one, maybe. I don't know though. We'll change the greys first actually, because that can make a hell of a difference. I could see that kind of wagon having some patches from repairs, maybe some tears. Oh, for sure it'll have that when the hijacking's finished, that's for sure. Because the story with this particular cutscene is everything's nice, everything's peaceful. The wagon's going about its business, but then a hijacking happens. So if we were to find the wagon later at the party, if we were to come across it, it'd probably be a little bit wrecked, should I say, at that point. And hi Zexy, how you doing? Hey fam, giving you big old internet hug. It's good to see you, Zexy. Hope things are going good. That poll that we've got up will be going soon, but I believe Zexy's already voted anyway, so all's good there. We're going to be getting a new poll up very shortly, but this one will only be open for a day because we want to get the mapping done by tomorrow. Be moving on to other things. Going to be working on these boys. These boys here will be doing their dialogue scene again, but we might have to finalise this flashback first with Carol and her companions because we've still got a tiny bit of cutscene work to finalise in this scene. So we might do that tomorrow and then do the fruits on Wednesday and Thursday, and it'll be really fun to think of how that conversation can go. They're the first boss, by the way. These guys are the first boss. So when we've done the cutscene, we'll be working on the battle with them, which we've already made a good start on, but we're going to have to finish it. So that'll be fun. Thank you for the follow, Sherko. I appreciate that. I love internet hugs. We all do, don't we? Who wouldn't like an internet hug? Hope things are exciting and productive for you. It looks like you made a hecking load of progress. Yes, the farm is virtually finished. Like, I'm talking 98% done, the exterior of it anyway. There's just a few little small glitches with the fence that I couldn't fix in the RPG Maker editor, where it looks like the fence has been a bit chopped off at certain points. You probably can't see unless you zoom in super close. So I'm going to fix those today once we've got this poll up. It's going to be a super quick job because it's easy to do that. And then we're going to do the inside of the wagon, which we've been wanting to do for ages because that wagon looks ugly inside. We're going to make it look prettier. But the poll we're going to put up is going to be, what colour should the wagon be? And we got white. White was the original colour, and so we're going to keep that as an option. But I'm going to introduce 3 more options that we can have. And I'm looking for a beige for our second one. So let's get a nice beige. That's sort of a beige, isn't it? Also, I've still got to change the colour at the top a bit, but we're working on the darker colours first. So for those of you that think white is too plain, beige might be a good option. So -15 for blue and +20 for yellow. I've got to remember those. -15. There we go. So it's gone from white to beige now. So we're going to introduce that as a colour option on the panel. And I have no clue what one's going to win. You know, this is all going to be what the community like best. And who knows? So that's our original colour. And now we're going to introduce that as a colour. And we're going to get another one as well. Coffee brown, right? Coffee brown could be a nice option. I mean, who doesn't like coffee? So let's get that one there too. But yes, all the farm I worked on over the weekend. I made the road more detailed. I've actually got some tracks like that make it look worn down now. There's a few little stones on the edges too. There's little pebbles and plants in the road. There's footsteps, there's pig hooves, there's just extra detail basically. And this is why I like doing the parallax mapping, because it allows you to add all that, whereas the tile set of RPG Maker, you can't really get creative like that. Yeah, thank you, Circle, for writing down those colours. Do you mind a slight critique? Never mind, change my mind. Yeah, one of the rules of the stream is no, what is it now? I forgot actually. It's something about criticism. I always say if somebody asks, then it's definitely more okay. Like if somebody asks, can I give some feedback? And if I'm like, yeah, go on then totally that wouldn't be against the rules. Then it's mainly unconsented criticism, like unsolicited criticism that I consider a bit. Like once I had someone come in stream, and this was before I did Raindrop Chronicles. Somebody came in stream and just suddenly started critiquing my whole entire stream. I think I was playing Final Fantasy 14 at the time, or Bloodborne, it was one of them. But they just came in and they says your panel should have this instead. You shouldn't be saying. I was like, excuse me, they were total random. And wow, I was like, yeah, I'm putting up that rule now. So that was like about 2 years ago. So, but yeah, if you do want to say. If I go, yeah, go on, then totally suggest something. Whether I go yeah or no to your suggestion is up to me when I read it. It all depends. Right, for sure, because taking the time to ask signals that you're not trying to troll, but you're actually trying to be helpful makes sense, yeah. I think it's like so obvious as well, the difference between someone who's like, you know, a normal person who's just like giving a bit of feedback to someone who's full on rude. There's an obvious difference, isn't there, really? But I was just thinking that Wagon might look better, more rounded, but what you have is really good and growing on me. Also a more closed off back, but again, I really like the Wagon. Okay, so I'm going to give you the reason why it isn't closed off. And that's because Carol has to roll out this Wagon. It's part of the story why it isn't closed off. Because otherwise, well, I mean, we could still have material in front. That's true. And Carol the Barrel could still roll out. Because material isn't exactly that strong. So, you know, that could be a possibility. But at the start of the cutscene, we have one of our characters peeking out. And I thought that was a nice, cute little extra detail. So we've got it open as well for that reason. But as for it being more rounded, it's quite funny actually, because it was a massive rectangle at first and we did round it off then. But I suppose we could do it more, but you know, it's just a design preference. And sometimes you can be here forever doing things like for design decisions, and then before you realise it's June and you've not met your deadline for the episode release. So you got to kind of think, okay, now's the time to move on, because otherwise we'll be going on forever doing things. But at the same time, it's always good to hear what people think, for sure. And I'm glad it's growing on you. I'm glad. There's plenty of people critiquing that don't understand game devs. I've seen people requesting tunneling and terraforming in games like Ark and GTA 5. Yeah, and you know, sometimes it can be valuable and you genuinely can think, actually, this would be a really cool thing to have in the game. So I definitely wouldn't like say never about somebody that wants to give a little bit of, you know, feedback or an idea. But at the same time, it can just go completely over the top if you say yes to everything as well. You know, if you're saying yes to everything, then you'll be here till next summer working on the same thing. Thank you, Rose, for explaining it. Makes sense. Yay. Before you realise it's June mood. Is that a mood, sexy? Design decisions. I can spend all day just mapping an area. I could spend all month just mapping an area. I can be a bit of a fusspot like that. So at the same time, it's also good to think, that's it now. I've had enough now. I'm going to put this aside and move on to the next bit. Okay, so what were we doing now? But also, yeah. Have you seen the inside of the wagon? It is pretty square inside as well. So, but most of all, it's like this so we could realistically fit all the characters inside. It was a quarter of this size originally. And we just was like, there's no way that 4 barrels, a cardboard box and a cookie jar could fit in this place realistically. So, because it was like tiny, it was like I say, a quarter of this size. So I had to like make it much larger. And this is what we've got now. And I think it's definitely better for sure. Probably not perfect, but what is perfect in life? I think as long as we're satisfied to it to an extent, that's the main thing. Okay, so where were we? I've been rambling. We were going to change the colours, weren't we? So we got the beige one. Let's get that coffee brown, and I think we'll just have one more colour after this one, and then we'll get the poll up and let you guys vote. And I'd like to get it up soon, simply because this poll will only be open for a day, and I want you guys to get in all the votes. Okay. Wow, imagine if it was like that. That colour wouldn't go on with our, wouldn't complement our farm at all. I'm going to change the darker colours first though, because I find that is a better decision a lot of the time. So I'm going for a sort of coffee brown. Would that be? Something like that maybe. So I'm going to have to write down the colour codes so I remember these. So when I change the lighter colour, 3, 26 and 45. What's perfect in life? Final Fantasy 14 for sure, and a good snack. You play Final Fantasy 14, Sexy? I've just unsubbed from it actually, because it can get a bit crazy, that game, if you know, it's very addictive. But I do like it a lot. Hi Seabass, and hi, oh, I thought there's someone else. Oh, thank you, that's it, a follow. Thank you, Carl, for the follow, appreciate that. What are you using to change the colours in Photoshop, Seabass asks? I'm using selective colour. It's under adjustments. I used to use hue and saturation a lot, but I found that selective colour gets a much nicer colour than that. So I'm very fond of changing colours this way now. I never used to use it, but when I did, I was like, actually, this is a cool way of changing colours. I mean, there's probably many ways, but I think we've all got a way that we're probably more attached to. 3, 26, 45. So I mean, it doesn't look too bad with the slightly brighter top, does it? Maybe it's a bit too bright, but we could always get it so it's sort of halfway. Gives it a bit of a... makes it look a bit less dull. Hi, you improved the effect on the ground. Hi Robin, welcome back. I did. I worked on it over the weekend. It was very, very basic before. If you was here on Thursday's stream, you probably saw it. Well, if you was here all week last week, you'd have seen it. I can show you all actually now, just very quickly. what the ground originally looked like. Let's just hide the wagon temporarily. I'm going to hide all these layers now. So folks, this is what our road looked like before. Just like very, you know, just a plain old road basically. And now I added loads of layers. And now it looks like that. I'd say it's an improvement for sure compared to what it was before. I was sort of inspired by Graveyard Keeper, how they did paths. I couldn't get it looking as amazing as that, because I really felt that that's a really good path in that game and on a road. But I feel like I stretched it as good as I could. And I'm satisfied with that look now. But welcome back. That's what I would use too. Oh, you use that one too, Seabass. I'm glad that I'm on the right track then. I did wonder. I was like, I used to always think the hue and saturation just, it does the job quickly, but the colours can tend to not look the best when changed that way. And you can just get more natural tones as well this way, I find. So we've got white, we've got beige, and we've got more of a darker sort of coffee colour. Also, I was thinking of one more colour. Let me find it. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Yeah, I might still edit it just a touch. Okay, so I was thinking maybe trying to keep them like, you know, not too, you know, a believable colour for a wagon, and something that wouldn't look too, like, clash too much with this map. So, is that the same as our... Oh no, it's different. Oops, I forgot what the colour codes were. I gotta go back now. I think it was plus 20 on magenta and plus 50 on yellow for neutral colours. So now for whites. And I do like a bit of shine. Now, is there any clear difference between these? I'm thinking that some of them might look a bit similar. So we've got, that's definitely beige, isn't it? This one's probably needs a bit more yellow in it, maybe. Because it's a bit too close to the beige one. Have we arrived at the explosions part yet? Hi Hinna, how you doing? There was never explosions in this scene. Just a lot of violence in other ways. But, you know, we worked on the mapping. We're going to be revisiting the actual cutscene. Probably tomorrow, very likely, because I think we're going to be finishing up the mapping today. And I'll be finishing it off stream as well. So we'll be revisiting that cutscene again tomorrow. And I think that will be a stage of definitely finishing this cutscene this week, because we're gonna work on the dialogue for these guys. for the rest of the week once that's done. And who wouldn't want to, you know, do that? Look how good these characters look. It's going to be a blast thinking of dialogue for them. And Zexy says, I used to play a lot years ago. I was a summoner back in the day. I just unsubbed myself. First time back since they launched Shadowbringer expansion. Too many changes for me to wrap my head around. Oh, really? Did you play Shadowbringers? Because I thought that was really good. But yeah, it's just MMOs, steal your life. So I can never stay subbed on that game forever. I tend to go back in like spurts. For sure, with Final Fantasy 14. A blast, I see what you did there, yes. I totally did that on purpose because I'm very witty. But welcome back, Kinnell. How are you doing? So I'm just getting these colours prepared for our poll. I want to see what colour is the most popular for a cart. I'm excited. Minus 10... plus 25. Actually, yeah, minus 10 plus 15. Yeah, just gonna edit this one just slightly and then I think we're done. So white, I'm actually going to name these layers so I don't get confused. So we've got white. Let's get beige next. I'll do it in darkest to lightest, I think. White, beige. Have I spelled beige correctly? I have now. White, beige. Actually. What's that? Brown coffee? There we go. So there's 4. But give some, if you guys think actually, I think that colour should slightly have more a touch more magenta in it, feel free to say or anything, because I am just going with my eye here, but I'm curious what you guys think. Hi Hancock, I play Summoner main in 14, you do as well, Van. I leveled Summoner to 60 actually very recently when I went back on it last, but my main is actually Samurai. I'm a Samurai. I'm not that far up in the story, maybe 70% of the way through Heaven's Ward, but yes, if I'm not careful, I could play 14 for 12 plus hours a day. Yes, it's definitely addictive. I put a massive Final Fantasy 14 spoiler on my Twitter the other day, actually, so you better not look sexy. I did warn now, I did put in the tweet, spoilers, Shadowbringer spoilers, just so everyone knows. Is it Unity 3D? It's RBG Maker. If I was using Unity 3D, I'd be here till 2050 making this game. Heaven's Ward is really good. Stormblood I thought was decent, but Shadowbringers was really interesting. I feel like it's got better as it's gone on. Like, just got better and better. Like, A Realm Reborn was super simple and didn't really have any story at all. But then Heaven's Wall came out and it actually started getting really good at that point. And lots of interesting things happened and the world just got bigger. You could fly and the maps were nicer and it was all very, very pretty. And I really was a fan of Stormblood, not so much the main base game, but I thought that I got really attached to parts of the stuff that happened in like Stormblood. But I was like, but Shadowbringers is on a like next level. It's just super impressive. Let's have a look at how the card looks on our maps. So maybe it's a good idea to, when we put this poll in Discord, that we actually keep this background so people can see the colour on the map of the card, because it just, you know, if it didn't have a background, you know, it wouldn't mean anything. Oh my goodness, look at all that mess. These are all the edits I added, all the layers. Okay, so let's do a couple of things. I'm hungry already. I might have to go and get my snack soon. So where's this yellow hiding? Here it is. They all look very close in colour, you know, when you... It's a very subtle change. I didn't want to go overboard and get too many, like, odd colours for the cart. I think keeping it one of these, at least one of these colour palettes is probably best. But you can see it on the map there. At least. So I'm thinking of like taking a screenshot of them all like this and then putting the poll up, rather than, you know, putting it up like that without the background. You need a snack. You gotta stay hydrated, fam. I'm being good. Hi, Oracle. Oh my goodness. How did I say hi? You've been here. You were here. You popped in a little bit ago, and I can't remember if I said hi. Happy Monday. Okay, so I don't, seeing them all weird though, so let me just go back to how it was. I might just take a separate picture of each of them. It's just distracting seeing too many of these carts on the screen, so I might do it on this map though instead of the other one, so it'll be easy enough. Just a copy and paste job. So guys, you've got your last chance of voting on the poll that's already in the Discord, because that's going to be getting deleted as soon as we get this new poll up. So if you haven't voted yet. make sure you do. I think I'd be okay with whichever one won this poll. This is why I picked those colours, because if I put in like bright bogey green as a colour choice, what if that one won? Then I'd be stuck, wouldn't I? So, gotta be sensible. Oh, that is a runaway victory for option A, it looks like. Yes, it's won. It looks like it's won it being a global thing. And as we said on Thursday's stream, this doesn't mean we have to go crazy with sentient object characters or sentient, like, talking animal characters, etc. We can just, if there's ever an option to bring someone in, it's nice to have the freedom, isn't it, to think... you know, to not be limited, I suppose. When you think of it like that, it's probably a good decision to have it as option A. Because then, you know, limits that you don't have any. But yes, it doesn't mean we're going to have like a bazillion, like, sentient objects. We don't have to go crazy. But I'm excited because you never know what'll lie ahead in the game now. Fun times. Okay, so what I'm going to do is print screen. I'm going to open Paint, folks. Actually, probably not Paint. I'm better doing it in Photoshop because Paint can be a bit of a butt face sometimes. So... but I will have to like temporarily merge these layers if I'm gonna do this in Paint. So let's open another file. Okay, so let's pop it in. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to get an image like this of all the cards of different colours, and then they're going to get put in Discord. So you can all see the different colours, and I think seeing the background will help us get the nicest looking card possible for our map. I know that whatever wins will be the best one. So there we go, we've got 2 in. But you never know, we could end up with a draw. I say, you know, I'm acting as if we might have a clear winner, but could end up with a draw. Sometimes some of our polls have virtually gone that way. So yeah, we've got a very similar colour scheme here with our cards. So just some of them are slightly deeper in colour than others. We've got some more lighter ones, and then we've got some deeper colours if anybody did happen to think they look nice. And of course you can vote for more than one, guys, if you like more than one. Always make sure you know that. So yellow, coffee, beige, white. There we go, they're all in. So I'm going to get these images saved. Oh, probably should label them. Let me just have a look at how we did, because we've had other colour scheme polls in the past. I just need to remind myself. Yeah, A, B and C. We'll label them A, B and C. So we'll start with white. A. That's a big A. Wagon. A. Wagon B. I find doing polls very fun, just because I get excited about what wins. I'm like, oh, I wonder what's gonna win this one. Because some of them, sometimes it's easy, you can just be like, ah, guys, chat, what colour? And then just go by what people are saying in chat. And sometimes I do that, you know, sometimes I might choose to do that instead. But I find it even more fun just getting the actual poll, a proper poll. And then you get, you know, you get the true reflection of the votes then as well. Not everybody's in chat at the time, so they wouldn't get a say if there wasn't. Hi Rose Rablet, hi Chub, how are you doing? It's good to see you, Chub. How are things going? Chub, the antagonist of the person who is doing all this raindrop business. That's right. It's Chub Cheeks, his character. Very likely to be, unless something happens that makes it not be Chubs. But it's not confirmed yet that it's going to be Chub Cheeks. But the way the story's going, it'll make sense to be. And main quest 3, it'll be coming up shortly after we've killed these fruit bosses. And I've kind of been planning behind the scenes that main quest, but obviously as a community we'll fill in the gaps together and make it super cool. But I need to have an idea at least, otherwise I'll be coming to stream completely blank with no clue. So I have a few ideas for when we start main quest 3 writing, and maybe it'll involve a book Chub, maybe. You can see me. Yes, Chub, you are not invisible despite what Rose told you. We can't take your eyes off you, Mr. Cheeks. Only that when I'm wearing clothes, I am visible. That's why I always get naked when I want to sneak up on people. My goodness me. Well, your character isn't in the nude. They've got loads of armour on. But we got to make our wings come out. And for plot reasons, we might need to have your wings anyway. I'm not going to say yet why, but it might more sense anyway for your wings to be on show. Because it'll look badass. Okay, so I think I've got these images saved, so should we get Discord up now? Should we get the polls? Get the polls ready? I'm ready. I'm ready for a poll. I'm ready for a poll, fam. Can't be legal. Okay, so that's it, guys. Then thanks so much for votes. We did get an extra vote for for number C. I mean, letter C, should I say. Appreciate that, guys. It was A very much was the most liked, and I think what people must have liked was the flexibility of choice A. But for those that are concerned and voted for B and C that weren't so fond of option A, don't you worry. We're not going to go overboard with sentient characters. This isn't what this poll was about. It's more about knowing that we can have more of those characters if we ever wanted to. So there we go. Rose, good afternoon. Hi Guzmop, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Happy Monday. So who's going to report me? We won't, will we? We won't report. I should have been reported on Thursday's stream for having a 30-minute starting Zoom screen. That could have got me banned. Okay, so I'm going to take a screenshot of this one because we need evidence of our poll results, and this will go up on the website as well eventually during the next update. What I'm probably going to do, I mean, I might get it up before then, but I'm going to get some character sheets done this week, and I'll be updating the website with the new characters as well, and the polls, the new polls. Okay, so that's it then, folks. You can no longer vote because I've taken a screenshot. So let me just get this in my polls folder. Poll results. There we go. So we've got a poll saved. I'm going to delete now. Bye. You could still watch the little video though, chat on the YouTube. So even though it's not, there's no link to it in the Discord now. Pod it be. My goodness me. Is it all possible to change my character's name to Boko? It's what I call myself in 14 online. It's Welsh for cheeks. Oh right. We can do that, Chubb. We'll have to change the character sheet, but because your character isn't in the game yet, and we haven't done a load of dialogue, it's not gonna be hard to just change his name before he's been put in the game. It would only be an issue if we'd already called him Grandmaster Cheeks and he'd been in a ton of dialogue and scenes. But you know that's cool, Chubb. So just How do I pronounce that as well? How do I pronounce that? I'm probably saying it wrong. Boko. Bocho. Boko. Okay, so I've got that there. But that's cool. It's Welsh for cheeks. That's interesting. Grandmaster Cheek just sounds a little boring. Is my problem and doesn't sound too evil. Who knows? Maybe you're not really evil. You're a hero in your own story, Chubb. Every villain is. Okay, so let's get these images in and the poll. I'm excited. Let's see if we can bring them all in. Yes, it's a very subtle difference. Hang on now, guys. I'm being a fuss pot now. I'm thinking of just putting them all on. No, actually, no. We'll just get it up. I was going to just put them all on one image, but it's going to take too long to do that. We're not going to get the rest of the stuff done this stream. So You don't know either. That's funny. You don't know either, but it sounds cool. The spelling. That's what we like, even though we don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, so poll time. So this is how we did it for Oliver. Which aesthetic should we pick for Carol's son, the cookie jar? We can do the same for this one. Should we have it as what colour should we pick for the wagon, or should we call it aesthetic again? I do like the word aesthetic. Okay, so the choices are white, beige, you might not notice much of a difference between C and B on first glance, but there is a very slight difference. D's definitely more yellow, whereas C has more of a brown. It's more of a brown, so there is a difference, folks. Okay, so Hi Rose, looks more like a memory. Hi National Mars Days. D looks more like a memory. A memory, what do you mean? Like a flashback? Is that what you mean by memory? Because it is one. But yeah, we haven't talked about the colour scheme of the flashback itself, actually. But that's an interesting thing that you've sprung to my mind, actually, just mentioning that. I don't know if that's what you meant, but I'm thinking that now. Because flashbacks and memories sometimes have a different colour scheme to the present day, don't they? And that is something to potentially have as a poll as well. Whether we'd keep it normal colour, black and white, sepia, in terms of flashback aesthetics. Hi Rose, how's this stream going today? Hi Rex, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. How is work? Yes, so that's funny. That's funny, guys. That can be I think that's a good poll that I've just had as an idea. A has a better contrast, yes. So yeah, it's what you guys like the most. I'm gonna get it up now, and I wanted to give you the choice. I wanted to see what was gonna be the most like. Oops, I'm a noob. I didn't even put poll in front. Because white was our original. And I like the white a lot, but I thought, I wonder what it'd look like if we did change the colour of the wagon, and whether it would even look better. But we don't know. Maybe we don't know until we've got the poll up what everyone's going to like the most. And feel free to vote for more than one, guys, if you like more. If you like more than one out of this. And the colour changes are very subtle, like, you know, they're very similar. Just a very slight difference between them. And yeah, what National Mars Day has made me think very true about the whole memory point, even though that wasn't intended for this. It's very true that the fact that this is a flashback right now, we might want to consider if the flashback itself will visually look different to kind of tell the player that this isn't the present time. Because I've noticed some games do that. They when it is a flashback, the colours change to either black and white or sepia. Some don't, no, some just keep normal colour. And it would be interesting to consider that visual direction at some point. Probably this week, maybe tomorrow. because we'll be finalising the flashback tomorrow, the cutscene. Today is about finishing the mapping, and tomorrow will be about finishing the actual cutscene part. And then the rest of the week, we're going to be revisiting these boys. So I hope you're looking forward, because it's all going to be about coming up with some really amusing, awesome dialogue with these guys on Wednesdays and Thursdays stream. Text-to-speech reads that thing I said as Bokkai, really? Maybe it is pronounced Bokkai. Oh, yeah. I do like the name. It looks cool. But yeah, I wonder if any chat would know how to pronounce it for Chubb's character. Text-to-speech is hilarious sometimes. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the vote. I don't know who's done the vote, but thank you. And guys, I'm gonna let you guys. Here's the poll. Here's the link if you wanna just click it that way. Saves you going to the Discord. But if you wanna just go there, you can as well, and it's in the polls channel. This poll will be closing tomorrow. That poll will be closed tomorrow. Hang on, what day is it tomorrow? Let me check. Tuesday the 24th of March. At the start of stream. Just so you guys know, because this is going to be a fairly short poll, it's not going to be up as long as the one that we had earlier about the spout law. That was more of a deeper question that might have took a bit more thinking, but this one's an easy one. You just have to look at the images and pick your fave. So we're only going to have it open a short time as well, because I want to finalise the mapping today. I want to know what colour the cart's going to be, and then I don't have to do any more map editing after that point once we get the results in tomorrow. So now, what are we going to do now? Let me just shut down our image in Photoshop. So here we are. And at the moment, I'm actually going to hide our wagon until we know what colour it's going to be. So there we go. Just hiding those layers. So all we have to do now, the farm is done. I showed you guys at the beginning of the stream what I'd worked on over the weekend. But there's just a few tiny visual little glitches that I think we can fix in the next like 10-20 minutes or so. And then we'll get the maps put into RPG Maker and we'll do a playtest, see how they look at night time. Because it is night time in the flashback at this time. And whether the colour scheme will change from night time to more of a grayscale or to more of a sepia, we don't know until we put the poll up, because I'm pretty confident there'll be a new poll for tomorrow about the colour, what colour that we should have the flashback scenes. And not just this flashback, but consistently flashbacks in the game from now on. To have like a consistent visual like colour scheme for our flashbacks. And some of you might think actually keeping it colour is cool, but who knows, maybe people would like black and white or sepia. I'm interested to find out actually, so I look forward to putting that poll up. You can hover over the letters and it will tell you who voted. Yes, I think you can only be a mod or me to be able to open the reactions to actually see the list of who's voted. I think you have to be a mod for that, or maybe it's just me that can see. But it does let you see the verse view if you hover over, that's true. But sometimes I don't like to show anyone up on stream, so I don't do that. An unpronounceable villain name is a staple of an RPG. That is very true as well. That is. Hi emulator, greetings. I live alone this other day. A friend of mine tried to take a selfie in the shower. The picture came out too blurry. He had self-esteem issues. That's a funny pun. I like it. Thank you for that. You made us giggle. The puns are too powerful. I've been overwhelmed. But welcome, emulator. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by today. And thank you for that follow as well. I voted D for flashback in Discord. Now say here A for the game. Looks really good. Yeah. Also, you know, that can be a bit tricky, because if you don't vote for the flashback, because we'll be doing the flashback colour scheme in tomorrow's poll. So this is simply for normal colouring in present day right now. When we think about the flashback, we'll decide if we're going to keep it colour, black and white, or sepia tomorrow in a poll. So National Mars, if you do like the white one, number A, then for normal circumstances, then I'd suggest voting for that one. Just so we don't accidentally end up with that cart colour forever, you know, even in present time, because that'll be what the colour will be in present day, you know, as well, if we ever do find it in the present day, that is. Anyone can open the reactions now. Oh, can they? Oh, right. Oh, well, everybody can see now what everyone voted. I hope you guys don't mind seeing all your votes on show. I wish they had your voice for my GPSE navigation. Oh, thank you, Steve. My goodness. I should be Siri. Not Siri from The Witcher, Siri from, you know, the robot Siri. Alas, I cannot stay. The cheesy joy journey must continue. Many smiles to hunt. I hope you have a super fantastically awesome stream. Thank you for the nice comments. I appreciate that, and have a wonderful day. Switching it now, yes, yeah, it could be misleading, I mean, but just so you know, it's just you know, if it was full colour, then what would you like the wagon to be? The point of Cheesy Joy Journey is the shared happies. If you wish to continue that, good one. Had to forward your joke to my family. Oh, I hope they liked it, Kung. Right, so guys, before we finally put these maps into RPG Maker, I'm just going to fix a few tiny visual glitches. So I've got a layer actually for visual glitches, so we'll do it on that. Let's unlock it. So it's just super small things, basically the fence getting chopped off. That's all it is. I think that's the only visual glitch so far I've spotted. There might be more, because there always is. Even the Everbloom Forest, which we finished the mapping of ages ago, I looked at it the other day and saw something that shouldn't have been there. So it'll always be something that, you know, will need editing. Some things that you don't spot straight away until months later. And the Everbloom Virus still might get a visual update at some point. I know Lakefall, I want to make that into a parallax map, just to give it a little bit more, a few little extra detail bits in parts. But we'll be doing Lakefall's parallax map when we go back there, which will be when we finish the first boss and start main quest number 3. Atari Ginger, thank you for that follow. I like your name. Welcome to stream. Not Ciri the Witch. Was that a Greek mythology reference? Ciri from The Witcher 3. Is there a Ciri the Witch as well? Maybe there is. T-Way, yay, welcome. Oh yeah, question of the week, guys. Just as a reminder, we're doing this now every week. Brand new question every week. This week it's why do you love JRPGs, or what do you love about JRPGs, I believe. Can't remember the exact wording. And I gave my reason for why I love them earlier. I think most people's is probably the same as mine, which is that it's an escape from real life. And I play games for immersion and stories and like being in a completely new world. That's like the reason I love games and why RPGs are my favourite genre. I don't tend to play games that are like, you know, not that are real world games, or games that are too competitive. I mean, there's always exceptions. Some games out there are I do like a bit of fiction thrown in and a bit of storytelling, that's for sure, and RPG is the genre that does that best, in my opinion. The one that makes pigs of men and tried to tame presented a very tempting case. Pigs of men. Interesting. We have pigs in our game now. Pigs are cute though. It's not bad to be called a pig. Not in my eyes anyway. It's meant to be, but I'm actually flattered if I'm called a pig, because pigs are adorable. So The Witcher 3 would be my next guess. Oh, right. That's interesting. Now there's another Ciri. A witch Ciri. I have a guinea pig about. That's so cute. They're cute animals. I like it, National. To be honest, I like any emote that's an animal. It gets points from me if it's an animal. You've got a hamster emote asking for a friend. Imagine if Chub, because Chub's going to have a hamster mount in our game eventually. Imagine if that ends up an emote on our channel, Chub. Would you be excited? You never know. There's enough bit emote slots open now, that's for sure. But it might end up just being Carol's companions. But who knows, maybe there'll be more emote slots open and then we'll have to think of other characters to fill the gaps. PogChamp, BRB. Enjoy your BRB. So I think I've fixed the fences on that side. No, just on this side, and then we're done. And don't forget to vote on the poll as well, guys, on your favourite wagon colour, which is simply a wagon in this area of the game. It might be in other parts of the world in the future, because it does probably travel. But just pick your favourite colour. I'm going to have a peep actually at what's winning. Oh gosh, seems to be a close one right now. I just had a peek at the poll results, guys. I'm shocked. I'm really genuinely shocked. Because I thought we'd have a clear winner, and we haven't. But the poll's only just been opened. We've still got the start of tomorrow's stream. I'll probably let people get last minute votes in at the start of tomorrow's stream. Then it will be closed fairly early on. I have a mouse coloured in the colours of Hamtaro, a hamster. Oh my goodness. If you're able to, take a picky. Because, only if you can, of course. But and if you've got the time, just because or even just send us a link of what it is. Because me and Chub, I know Chub Cheeks would like to see that, but I want to see too. We nearly done, hooray. Why is the fence chopped off here? See what I mean? I probably wouldn't have even noticed that if I wasn't zoomed in. Oopsie. That is a big glitch. But we can fix it. Just gonna... Yeah, just gonna double check. I'm just gonna quickly make sure we've not missed any. Looks like we're good. Just that. I know that there's some flowers in the Everbloom Forest that are chopped off by accident. I only have recently just spotted as well, so sometimes you see these things way after. Okay, so oopsie. There we go. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Do you know what happens if you pick up a newborn hamster? A new one won't the mom try to protect? From what I've seen, you put your scent over it and the mother will abandon it. Yeah, to be honest, I think they do worse than abandon it. And I don't like thinking about it because it's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, as Chubb says. It's strange, isn't it? It's a strange thing, the animal world. But that's how it is. Hamsters are so cute. I had hamsters as a kid. Yeah, I did too. I had loads. But yeah, you can't touch a newborn baby hamster. You can't do that. Okay, so save. Oh my goodness, we've got to do it for all these as well now. No! Oh well, it's easy anyway. But as soon as it's done, that's a big job done. I mean, this farm took us a while and we're like literally at the end, so I should be very happy about that. What's filling in a few little fence posts in comparison to that? Okay, so The eyedropper shortcut key's been a bit weird at the moment. It's bringing up the wrong thing. So I'm going to be a bit slower because the eyedropper shortcut isn't working. Oh, it is. I was just using the wrong... I was clicking the wrong key instead, like a doofus. Like a big doofus. Thank you, Deke, for the follow. Welcome. Welcome to streaming. Hi, Zaz. Hi, Red Sky as well. How are you guys doing? It's good to see you both. Never had one. I just know what happens. Well, at least you do know that, Chub, because that'll stop, you know, knowing will stop it from happening. So it's tragic. But yeah, it's easy enough to edit these if I ever do find another visual glitch on the map, like ages after, or if any of you guys do. During the testing phase, when we open up that, then it's easy enough to edit. I just open up the PSD in Photoshop and then save it, and then it's fine when I've edited it. So not an issue. You're sick. You never do that to hamsters, Chub. They're your favourite animal. I always say, anybody that harms an animal, it's the first sign of being a psychopath. Because, you know, animals are such sweet things. They are my favourite. Which ones are your favourite then? Dogs? Oh, birds. It's the same for birds though. You know, you can't touch them when they're babies either, or the mother won't be happy. I don't know if it's like that for all bird types, but there's definitely some birds that are like that. I'm going to have a peek at the poll. We need more votes in our poll, folks. Thank you if you voted already, though. Welcome, Steve, to the Discord. Welcome, welcome. I'm just going to get it up. There we go, guys. We got the votes in. There's one that doesn't have any votes at the moment. But the others seem well liked, but we don't have a clear winner just yet. It's open for until the start of tomorrow's stream. So hopefully we'll get some more votes in between now and then. Okay, so that side is done. I saw a video of someone scratching a falcon. It was cradled in their arm and loving the attention. Oh, I like cute videos with animals. The only ones I don't like watching are the ones where, you know, wildlife shows where they die, where some animals get killed. I always turn it off at that point because I just get sad. But anything that's cute and wholesome, I love watching. From what I understand, it's not touching the baby bird, it's disturbing the nest. If a bird sees that the nest is disturbed, it'll presume a predator has already been there and it might be waiting for it, but I'm not an expert, so I could be wrong. Yeah. We had an experience once with a baby bird who got injured in our garden. And yeah, it was hard because obviously, you know, touching a baby bird, the mom isn't gonna just look after it once it knows the humans touched it. So their crest is so great. All birds, all animals are gorgeous. Definitely part of life. If we didn't die, we didn't die, would we enjoy life as much? It's true, seize the day and stuff. I think I just don't like animals dying. It doesn't matter with you, that sounds bad, but I always get more affected by animal deaths more than human deaths because they're just so sweet and vulnerable, you know. They want to be looked after. They rely on us. Well, you know, some animals live in the wild, so not necessarily they don't rely on us, but pets definitely do. But even the animals that live in the wild, I want to take care of them all, take them home, and look after them. But they'll probably eat me, so probably not the best idea. So many of these fences that are chopped off. My tummy's doing a rumble too, so it's nearly time for my snack. It usually is about 5 PM here. Is it hay fever season yet? Because I keep, you know, getting allergies. Keep getting the symptoms. Maybe it's not, maybe I'm just getting a cold. But it definitely feels like hay fever. So if I look like I'm crying, I'm not, don't worry, it's just my allergies. Takes care of my neighbourhood cats. Oh, do you, Oracle? Well, that's nice. We need people that care for animals in this world. Okay, so I believe we've fixed little minor visual glitches that we had, folks. So what I'm going to do now, and I'm saying it's 100% perfect. There could be more detail in certain areas, maybe footprints this side of the map maybe, and I have put a few there, but I haven't done it in detail yet, and I think it's mainly because we're only going to be seeing the centre anyway on this particular cutscene. So things like the far side can always be expanded upon when we come here later. But there's still things that could be expanded upon now, like this sign, for example. I said it'd be pretty cool if when we know the name of the farm, we actually have the name of the farm written here, when we know the place. But we don't know the name of it yet. We haven't put a poll up for that yet. It's still unnamed, this area. But whenever we do name it, we'll just do it then. Or just put the new map in at that point. So maybe when we add the cart scene, we should hide that bit and have the cart start from here. Because I think it's only on the screen for 10 seconds anyway or so. It's not on all 12 seconds going up. So I think we don't, you know, there's no worry about, I think, you know, being showing that. I think we might be fine. That's why we're going to do a test play in a sec to see what will be visible. So let's save and get it in. Good evening, game developer boss lady. Hi, I'm a boss, am I? That's right. I'm a badass. How are you doing, Amp? I hope you're doing good. Right. So I've got to save these in the right folder. It's been a while because it's been a pretty long time since I did the parallax maps in Forever Bloom Forest. I need to refresh myself on this. I think this is the folder, so we'll call it Farm 1 for now, considering we don't have a name for it. And then once we name it, we'll just rename it. When Rose enters a room, we hear the boss music. That's how we know. Yeah, that's true. That's why I rain blood. Because I'm the boss. Okay, so I think I only need to save them now in that one folder. Let's see, we'll soon find out. So I'm going to open RPG Maker and V now. While we've done that, we'll get them in. Exciting times. Then we can do our wagon. We'll do the wagon interior. So also, how are our poll votes getting on? Oh, thanks for the votes, guys. We've had some more. Thank you, and I know they're all very pretty colours and it's hard to pick. That's why the poll's very close at the moment, because they're all very pretty colours. Okay, but we are getting a winner at the moment, so, but we'll see. It's still early days. Here's the poll for anyone who wants to vote. Name the farm after a trial. Lol. The process of making a game is while me and some others are joining a game jam, but starts April 5th, so now we are doing our own jam to fill up time. Oh yeah, April 5th. It's not far away though. Good luck. If you want to tell us about it, feel free to talk about it in the Creative Work channel though, in our Discord. But yeah, good luck with your own jam as well. Are you crying, Rose? Was it something I said? I never cry. Okay, so here we are. Let's close Photoshop in the Discord. Thanks for the votes on the polls, everyone. So at the moment, we've got our tile set ones in. So all we have to do is replace them. So how did we do it with Everbloom Forest? All we did was in the parallax background on map properties, we just pull the image from there and tick show in editor, which you can see with the tick there. And I think we have to put par in the notes as well. I think. Okay, so now that we've put the image there, we can delete it. But what I am going to do is copy it and put it in a trash can section. Just in case, you know, in case we need it back. So, there we go. Literally, let's just untick it for now, just so we know we've deleted everything. Yeah, so we've deleted everything. Deleted all the tiles, and we've got the actual, so this is the image now. As you can see, we've got our road and all our updated assets that we did in Photoshop in here now. So yay, see, that was easy. But if obviously you were free to roam this map as a player, there's more steps involved with this map. Because if the player was walking across the map, he'd literally walk all over the lampposts, all over the trees, all over the fences, and it'd just be like walking over a flat floor. So there's a couple more setups. There's these regions things. I've done all this for the other maps. I basically, one is for where you can't walk, and 2 and above are for where you can walk. So we don't need to do that because the player's not free to roam at the moment, but when they are, we will have to do it then. And we'd also have to make a layer for the trees. We'd have to do a tree overlay too. We had to do that for the Everboom Forest, and it took forever because there's so many trees. We have 2 weeks to churn out a small, simple game before the actual jam starts. Oh, can you tell us what you're doing, or is it a secret? Is it a secret? I'm going to head off now, Rose. Until the next time, take care, Chub. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, Chub. I'm very excited to start Main Quest 3. Because that might be when your character at least gets mentioned, maybe. Maybe not actually be in the game yet for a while, but I have some ideas for how to get the reptiles into the plot, because they're going to be quite key, and I want to get them introduced as soon as possible. But I'm also very interested to see what chat say as well, so it'll be I always have fun doing the writing streams, and it's always an opportunity to get lots of polls up as well. That'll be fun. But before all that, before we even do Main Quest 3, we have to finish Main Quest 2. And we're getting there. We've got to just do the scene with these fruits, because this boss battle is part of the second Main Quest. So that all has to be done first. Hi Rod, how's it going? It's good to see you. Happy Monday to you, Rod. How are things? How is the gaming and all the playing anything interesting on Steam lately? My God, my tummy's doing a rumble. And I need to get my snack, but you know, I get addicted to being on stream. I don't. If I was truly addicted, I'd be streaming more often than I did. More than 3 hours for 4 days a week, that's for sure. I just get when I'm in the middle of something, I get very caught up in it. Nope, not on Steam or PlayStation. Oh. Rose, you need a snack. Yes, I'm yelling. Yes, I'm right. Right, I'll go then. I'm going to go get my snack. My belly is crying for it. But once I'm back, we'll do a test play, I reckon. So let me just quickly do the same for farm number 2. It's nice to have the tiles there just in case, rather than delete them for good. So they're there. Bye bye. All that hard work gone, guys. It's all deleted. No, it isn't. It's okay. It's right here. And look, we've got our pigs. We've got our pigs here now. So the smelly, messy pigs are in the dirty parts. And there's our little hooves. And the posh pigs are, you know, there's not a speck of, no mark on the ground at all where they are. Because they're snobby pigs. Okay, so we've got the farm's all in, guys. So I think we're ready to do test play now that the scenes are all set up. Here's our wagon. We'll be working on getting the inside looking nicer in a bit once we've done the test play. And that's it. So save. BRB time now. Bamboos. Going in the food, but wanted to check and make sure things were okay. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Rod. Thanks for stopping in and saying hi. Oh, Stranger Things. That is one I need to watch. I've watched the first episode of season 1, but I haven't watched the rest yet. Right, so I'll be back shortly. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. What is going on with these bots today? What is going on? Eat my poo. What a name. Goodbye. Okay. You're getting those raindrops, Oracle. You're getting them. And I'm very actually glad that we've not had anyone hit the 500 recently, because my goodness, I have a backlog of character sheets to make. But I'm going to tick them off slowly over the course of the next March, April time. And it'll be nice to get some of them done, because we do have quite a few to get done. Happy National Puppy Day. Is it National Puppy Day? That's cute. That means that is an excuse, guys, if you do have a doggo, to share pictures of them in our Adorable Pets channel. Which you can see, this is the place for all the cute pets. My goodness me, look at that. Look at that cutie pie. Gosh, so cute. But yes, share your doggos, but share all your pets, not just doggos. And we've got a poll as well. So more votes on our poll, guys. I'll keep reminding you if you haven't voted already. Oh my god, Rod, look at Rod's raindrops. Got over the 1k. Well, that would make a strangely appropriate farm name. Yeah. Thank you for the welcome back though, guys. Right, so let's get back to what I was doing. So just farm part 1 and farm part 2 at the moment. But one day we will think of a name for it. Okay, so test play. Let's get the test play set up then. So farm 1 I've teleported it to, and there's also a tint screen that tints to night time. And if it looks a bit dark, we'll change it a bit, because it might look a bit off the colours now we've got our new map. And also we can't forget we've got lights now as well on our map. We have some, so we can always have an effect where the light is where the lights are. We can look into that. So I think that's fine. So that is the bit I'm teleporting to at the moment. The others teleport to other bits. Okay, so let's do a test. I might have teleported it to the wrong place, but we'll see. So I think we've not got the sound on right now on our test play. So at the moment it's all muted. It's been a while since we've done a test play because we've been busy getting the mapping done. So I it down here. And obviously, you know, we'll have a cutscene with Carol and that first before this, but we're doing the testing here just for the purpose of quickness right now. Okay, failed to load image overlays pars 23.png. Okay, we've got an error because there's a bit more setup involved with the parallax map, it seems. What we have to do is put them in another folder that I forgot about. Put them in the wrong folder. So image overlays, pars, and it has to be called 23, and I think that's because of the map number. Let me just check. Is it 23? Yeah, 23 for farm 1 and 19 for farm 2. Okay. So yeah, it's an easy solution. It's literally just put them in the wrong folder that was the issue, and that's because I can't, it's been so long that I forgot what folder it was, but it's this one. So you guys can't see my folder because, oh, hang on a minute. We might not need to use the par folder for now, actually, because this is what's in there, the trees of Everbloom Forest, and we haven't done the trees for this yet because we're not free to roam. So we might actually just get rid of that. So I think all we have to do is get rid of the par in the notes, and then we don't need to, it won't call it. But obviously once we do add the tree overlay or any other overlays at all, we'll have to do the setup for it then. But right now it's no big deal because it's just a cutscene flashback and the player isn't walking around here. Okay, let's do another test again. Any plans for the evening besides staying in more? Well, I stay in anyway, Rod, because I'm a big old hermit. I never go out. Like, life to me is staying at home. But probably just chilling, as I always do. Gonna work a bit more on this. I always spend a lot of off-stream time just doing a bit on the side on the computer. So yes, the job is to get this scene all finished because we want to move on to some cool things. 38 raindrops. Oh, you're a drizzle. Being a drizzle is good. Drizzles are cute. Right, so it's super dark. It's pitch black, as you can see. So, right, and then it teleports to the wagon. So we can have a think about what position on the map we could start off at, maybe, because it's probably, like we said, a good idea not to start as low as this because we haven't finished the sign yet. But you know, it doesn't matter, it's no biggie, it's not like the game's released yet. We can always just change this at any time before episode 1's release and update the sign with the name of the place on here. But, you know, it probably would make more sense if it didn't start right by the entrance anyway, to give the impression that the wagon's been travelling for a bit. So I'm putting it down here. See that? We'll see. We'll see how it looks. It was very dark, the map was, because of the tint we put on. So what do we actually have? What is the tint right now? It's pretty dark. And we can always add some light effects now. We've got street lights. We can do it so there's a bit of a light source coming from each of the street lights, and that'll lighten it up a bit. But it'll just probably take a bit of experimenting to get the right colour that I'm happy with. Especially making game then staying inside is really awesome. Yeah, I just find that I like being in all the time. Hope that it's all pleasant then. Hope you stay safe and talk to you next stream Sunday and stream as usual. Take care, right? Yeah, thanks for stopping in and appreciate the kind words. Okay, so let's make it a little bit lighter, perhaps just a touch lighter. Probably might be too light though now. We'll see. Do another test. So in this scene, in this cut scene, we see the farm outside twice. We see, you know, at the start, that you guys will see in this test play as we do it. That'll be the first time we see the farm, but then we see it again at the end of the scene as well. So that's why we did two different maps. because the first time we see it, it'll be one map, and the second time we see it, it'll be another map, just so it gives the impression the wagon's travelled a bit. I think it needs to be moved up. We really want the cart in the centre while this is happening, not all down there. So it's not on the screen for long, all in all. To be honest, it's the second map that we'll see it more of. It'll be on the screen for longer than on the second map. So I think the transfer player just needs to be moved. Yeah. On top of the cart, and then that should centre it, I think. But it definitely did look a lot light, the map did now, and probably it's a bit too light. We'll see how it looks when we've added the lights. But adding the lights is easy peasy lemon squeezy. All we need to do for that is click here, make an event with the actual light. So as you can see, we have an event now, but we only want that light to show when it's night time, not in the day, of course. So we'll actually delete it on the first page, and on the second page we'll have the light. And then all we need to do is have a switch, really. Do you have a self switch? I'm gonna have to think about what kind of switch to do, because I might actually have a real switch for this, like a general nighttime switch, but I'm not 100% sure. I really need to organise my switches because they're a mess. And luckily we're at the start of the game. We're still very early on, so it's not going to be too overwhelming to redo up my switches and variable organisation. So it's probably best to do it sooner rather than later. But for now, because we're only seeing this map at night anyway right now, I'm going to just have it there without the switch for now. But obviously when we come during the day at some point we'll have to add the switch then. So there's that, and now we should see the lights when we did the test play, so we'll see. Oops, yeah, I accidentally teleported to the wrong test bit. That teleported to where the wagon hijacking begins, but we're not testing that bit right now. Again. There we go. Okay, so we're a bit too high up now. Hey, were the lights not on? They didn't look like they were even on. Maybe there's something obvious that I forgot about. So yeah, rather than moving it on top of the cart, move it just one above, and then it should be centered. I'm sorry, Rose, are you just looking for a day and night switch for this map, or are you wanting a full day night cycle with an internal clock? No, not that quite yet, Zaxi. What I'm thinking of doing is having a poll for that at some point where we decide together as a community whether a day and night cycle is something we're going to have in Raindrop Chronicles. I have to look into some plugins first and see what's available, because I want to see if that's what the process is of setting that up first before I do the poll. And it's probably not relevant at this time to put that poll up either. But what I'm only doing at the moment is just a simple, because it's night time during this flashback. So just simply having some lights because it's night time basically, as you can see here. But in the day there won't be there, they'd just be like that. And so yeah, at the moment it's more because the first bit you say a day night switch for this particular map, but we might end up having a day-night cycle eventually, you know, if we decide that that's something we'd like. But I think it's something we'd do a vote on. I think I'd like to see what if people would have an interest in a game that has a day-night cycle. And I think it's a cool move, you know. It makes it feel a bit more open world and less linear as well. And I think we're kind of going for that feel with Raindrop Chronicles. So I think it's very likely, but we'll see. I do definitely need to do a bit of research into it too. So yes, for now, just this map. Okay, so for some reason they didn't show up, but maybe there's a setup issue there that stopped that from happening. We'll do another test play. It's no big deal for now. These are just like little extra technical things that I can sort out off stream. Most of all, I want to start the wagon before we end today. So I'm not going to get all funny or fussy about the colour of the nighttime map or if the lights aren't there. Don't want to be doing troubleshooting right now. Hi Deadshot, how are you doing? It's good to see you. So yeah, the lights aren't working yet, even though I put them there. So I've got to find out why that is. And we'll probably see a bit of lighting around those if it looks cool as well. And I'll mess about with colouring and all that fussy stuff off stream. But other than that, we're fine. Our maps are here. I'm gonna though do something else before we start the wagon. One sec. So this is the scene the second time you'll see the farm. Obviously this is not the right farm map. But this is when Carol's rolled out the cart and Rose appears and jumps onto the wagon. So I'm thinking of getting that set up so we can do a quick test play of that as well. I think it's easy peasy. I think for the testing purposes we can just put farm 2 there. So yeah, we're using farm 2 for that. There we go, already there. We don't have to do any tile set copying and pasting, which is nice. Just put in the image. So Carol, you should be moved across a bit more. Rose is currently in the wheat field, so I might change her positioning to more here, but you know, she could jump as well, but we'll see. That's going to be some little extra things we'll have to adjust because of the new map we've got, because this was designed for when the map was super simple, when it was just green and a bit of basic path. Good, seems more and more players are going to lockdown soon as we're starting tomorrow. Yeah. And I hope I don't appear like rude or anything because I've not answered a lot of people or encouraged the conversation, and I hope it doesn't seem rude. It's only because we have that as a rule, you see. So, but yeah, it's only because I want to keep it relaxing here and not stressful for people. Okay, so I'm gonna just make sure it's linked up to the right map. But I just need you guys to know that streaming this really helps keep me sane, because if it wasn't for this I'd go crazy with it's all that's the talk, it's all that's my family are talking about, and I really need this, so it helps a lot. It's my little escape. Like I said, that's why I love RPGs as well. So I don't know if the scene's going to look right now. It might be a bit rough around the edges, but I'm going to just do another test play of the hijacking scene to see if it works well when Carol falls out of the car. But it's all muted at the moment, so there's no in-game sound just yet. So that's just Carol rolled out. It looks fine. I'm not sure about the colours right now, but I'll mess about with them when we've done the wagon. So this is our wagon. Let's think about how we can make that look pretty. So I found some more tiles, some wood tiles actually. Oh gosh, there we go. Getting all my file explorer open on stream, but there's nothing on show anyway. Ha ha ha. Okay. So there was a few that I saved onto my desktop. I'm going to open them now. We're going to have a mess around with the wagon before we finish today. I've got like a bazillion tiles saved on my desktop. I need to organise them into folders. So it's going to take me probably a bit of time to find the right one, but we'll get there. I found a ton of barrel tile sets that I thought would be really cool for the future as well. There's a broken barrel one. Okay, so I think this one was it. Let me get Photoshop open. I thought some of these wood ones could be nice. Probably better than the wood we've currently got in the wagon. And other than that, like, there's not really much else other than, of course, the canvas material at the back will make that match more with our cart material, plus the colour as well of the cart that wins the poll. Which at the moment it's B, but whether it ends up like that, we don't know. We'll see. And then the characters move quite a bit. I'm thinking, have you got any areas that they don't walk? I think these 3 squares here might always stay open, actually. That one doesn't. Carol stands there at some point. Meryl stands there and Carol moves here and Avril moves here. Yeah, I think these 3 are the only 3 squares that are always 100% blank and a character never walks into them. So we can always use those 3 for just a small bit of decoration, maybe. Oops, that I nearly did a burp. Didn't come out though. So I've definitely got a lot of tile sets that could fit, so I'm going to actually open them all now and we'll look at what could be appropriate. So there's these three. And there's just like little things like bags, a ton of barrels here as well. Boxes, barrels, and we might not want to put them there because we've only got 3 squares to work with, and we've already got a ton of barrels anyway in on here. And it might be a bit distracting to have more, even if we did have the room for them. But it's more like really small things and small details that I'm thinking might work. I've got a couple of reference images and there's like some frame stuff. It's hard to explain. But I could have a look into them. I think there was actually... Yeah, this was one. Let me get it up. This was one tile set. That's what I mean by frame stuff, is this here. To like show it's... gives the impression it's more of a wagon then, because our current one doesn't have all that. It's literally just a wood floor and a bit of material at the top. But if we had the wood frame, that could work, especially if we made it the same sort of colour as our actual cart would. So I'm gonna also, I really like how that opening looks for the cart material. So this could be cool. I've got to have a look and see what the terms and conditions are without these tile sets again now, just to make sure. There's another one here as well. This is Panda Marus, and we use a lot of our assets. Though I don't think we probably won't have it open, the material at the front. You know, at most it'd be a tiny little flap like that, I'd say. Because there's the driver there at the front, and we're not meant to see him. The barrels having their privacy. But I do like the frame bits. I'm very tempted to add them in. Because I know this is meant to be a tent. Not for a cart, but it works in a very similar way. So yes, looking at the time now, it's going to be, I'll probably be doing a lot of this wagon design off stream tonight, but it's very doable because it's such a tiny thing. There's not much work involved in it compared to, say, the farms, which were huge and we had to fill up with assets and had to do so much detailing. So I'm very glad that the farms are done now, all the exterior is done. The only thing that needs to be worked on with the exterior is the colouring of night time. I want to mess around with it, get it to my liking, because I know it's not like essential to get it all exact right now, because episode 1 isn't even anywhere close to release date, but I like to do it anyway, especially because I'll be releasing YouTube sneak peek videos. I want to make sure it's as close as possible to how it'll look on release. So probably mess about with nighttime colour schemes and make sure we get these lights working as well. And at that point, I'd say we're done with the farm mapping. So that's what I'll be doing tonight, as well as getting the wagon done. So I can show you all first thing tomorrow on stream how it's all looking, the wagon. And we're really going to be moving on to getting this Carol flashback cutscene done. All that you saw in the test play, the dialogue and the hijacking scene, I'm going to just make sure that's all fine. The sound effects are all fine and is working good, and obviously with feedback from you guys too. I might even, what I might do is when I think it's at a good state, before I make a sneak peek YouTube video of it, I'll put it onto the Discord, a video of this scene, and ask, and you know, see if you guys watch it and if you have any feedback before we 100% confirm that that's going to be the scene. Like, I think it'd be a cool idea to actually pop it in the Discord, perhaps in the general ideas discussion channel. I mean, I could always make a new one called cutscene discussion, but maybe that's being a bit too specific. But could do. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But that'll be the plan. We'll just finish the cutscene because we're getting very close now. When it's done, I'll get it up, get a video up in the Discord. I'll be like opening up feedback. I'll be like, have a look, tell me what you think. Watch it, and then if everybody's cool and thinks that's fine and there's absolutely nothing at all to change, then I'll say this is finished now and we'll move on to the next bit, which is these guys. So I've said Wednesday and Thursday's stream. If we get all the cutscene done in tomorrow's stream, then Wednesday and Thursday we'll be revisiting the fruits, and we'll go back to draw.io and plan some dialogue for them. So we'll probably just, at first, we'll just write some rough notes of we'll think about personalities, what they're like, and we'll also think about the cutscene itself, what's going to be said in it, because we do have a sort of idea of what we're going to do in outline. It's here in our Discord. Let me just get it up. Main story. So this channel is going to get deleted at some point. Once we finish this, it'll get deleted because we no longer really need a main story Discord channel, because we'll be doing things very differently, more by polls rather than how we used to do it. Just allows me to have more control and stop things getting out of completely off track plot wise if we do it that way instead. But we are going to use Exian's story idea as a sort of foundation for this cutscene. So I'll get all that written up, bullet pointed, and I'll probably start beginning and putting some rough dialogue ideas together for how that scene can work. But that will be Wednesday and Thursday stream this week. But it's cool that we're moving on to the next thing, and then once we've done the dialogue, we'll make that into a cutscene, and then once we've done the cutscene, it'll be revisiting the boss battle again, getting that finished. And once that's out the way, I feel like this game has really taken a step forward at that point, because we'll have literally done the first dungeon plus 2 quests, and it'll just be about, we'll think about side quests and like Falling Everbloom and potentially expanding the area a little bit further, so we can get as much out of it as we can before in this particular episode. So I have some cool ideas about what main quest 3 will be about and what might come after that, but there's still a lot of gaps to fill in and ideas that might come to light, so that'll be cool. But polls, guys, so before I go today, because we are going to be finishing up very soon, poll, I'm going to spam it in chat, because this poll will close first thing tomorrow, so I've only got this last chance to vote, and before stream tomorrow. And we'll probably have another poll actually put up tomorrow, because something that somebody said in chat made me think of something to do with the flashbacks and how they're going to look colour scheme wise. So yeah, the poll will probably be related to that tomorrow, as well as finishing off that flashback cutscene. So it won't be making a farm anymore, it'll be making cutscenes tomorrow that we'll be doing. But I'm super glad that we got the mapping virtually out of the way now, just the interior of the wagon to do. So I think I can do that in an hour or two tonight. Fingers crossed. Hi Amazing, how are you doing? It's good to see you. So I'm just keeping this up before we finish, just so everybody knows about the new poll. It's a close one, this poll. We haven't got a one running away with the results. Yeah, we haven't got a clear winner. And stream is ending. Yes, we are ending. I mean, it is a little bit before 6 at the moment, but I feel like we're at a good point now in the stream to finish up, and I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time. Thank you for hanging out, guys. I'm gonna head off right now. Have a good evening, and thanks for stopping by. Thank you Amazing for stopping by. Take care everybody.